My mother took this picture of me in December of 2015. I'm sitting at the chess table I've had since I was 14 years old. I'm in the middle of playing against a strong modern chess engine called Stockfish. Of course, I can't beat it. I've been playing chess for 11 years and enjoy the game quite a bit. When I have no one to play with, I turn to chess engines, but today they are so advanced that they've surpassed the humans who've created them. But how? An AI bot shouldn't be smarter than the person who created it. That's like saying a river derived from an ocean is bigger than its source. To learn why chess engines have become so smart, we have to take a look back at the advances in computing in World War II. This is John von Neumann, Alan Turing, and Claude Shannon in the 1940s. They were three of the scientists who were tasked to create and design a computer that could crack the code of the Nazi war machine known as the Enigma, a seemingly unbreakable code that held the plans of attack of the German U-boats during World War II. Turing and his team succeeded in cracking the code to the Enigma by first creating a calculating machine and then having it break the code. In 1945, Turing went on to design a vast stored program electronic computer called the Automatic Computing Engine. Turing's machine found commercial success in the English Electric Company's DEUCE, one of the earliest electronic computers to go on sale. In 1948, Turing began to investigate the idea of chess-playing computers with a system written out with paper and pencil, where he played the role of the machine. In the 1950s, Turing developed the Turing test, which is one of the sub-questions Turing had when he was questioning the feasibility of a thinking machine that could play chess. The Turing test raised the following questions. 1. Could one make a machine that would obey the rules of chess, such as legal moves? 2. Could one make a machine that could solve chess problems, for example, puzzles or a specific mate in few moves? 3. Could one make a machine that could play a reasonably good game of chess, such as ordinary positions? Could a machine play typical positions? 4. Could one make a machine that could play chess and improve its play game by game, profiting from its experiences? Although he may not have foreseen it at the time, the idea of a machine thinking for itself and improving with experience is what we now know as artificial intelligence. In 1949, Claude Shannon expanded on Turing's work in a paper where he explained his investment in the idea of a machine that could play chess. Although of no practical importance, the question is of theoretical interest, and it is hoped that this problem will act as a wedge in attacking other problems of greater significance, Shannon said. This greater significance Shannon referred to is artificial intelligence. In 1951, Alan Turing developed on paper the first program capable of playing a full game of chess. In 1952, Turing used his own chess program in a friendly game against Alec Glennie, a fellow co-worker. But there was one problem. Turing didn't have a computer to run his program on, so he had to spend 30 minutes on paper and pencil working out each move his computer was giving him. Turing had the white pieces and his program opened with the Vienna game, an opening that isn't seen very often, not even in those days, because it doesn't give much of an advantage to white. On move 29, Turing resigned on behalf of his computer. This round went to humans. Despite its flaws, Turing's program was a clever machine that had a lot of effort and thought put into it. Turing quantified material count and positional evaluation using square roots. Moreover, it factored king safety. The computer was able to distinguish a good position from a bad position based on probably a beginner's comprehension of the game. In 1951, Turing's colleague Dietrich Prinz wrote the first actual automated chess-playing program. Prinz's program ran on the new Ferranti Mark I computer hosted at Manchester University. Although it couldn't play a full game due to a lack of memory, it successfully played the mate in two problem. To show you what I mean by a mate in two problem, I'm going to show you a quick game. It's from the Philidor opening, and it begins with e4. Black plays e5. I think it's knight to f3. d6. Then white goes bishop to c4. Black plays, in this variation, knight to c6. White plays knight to c3. And black plays bishop to g4, pinning this knight to the queen. This piece can't move or else the queen will be taken. But if you're familiar with this this variation and you're playing as white, you can stir up some trouble for black, possibly get a checkmate if they don't know what they're doing. Because that is exactly what we're going to do. We are going to take, and then black is going to take, and now white has a mate in two. White can checkmate black in two moves, and I'm going to turn on the analysis. I'm going to turn on the engine, and it'll show you what it thinks it'll do. It thinks we should take that pawn. Black's only move is, that's check. Black's only move is to move the king one space up. And now this is checkmate. Knight to d5, and the game's over. And that is what, and so I'll go back to show you. These two moves are, that was all the first actual chess engine could comprehend. That's all it could do. And now we can play full games on it. In 1958, an IBM researcher named Alex Bernstein wrote the first complete, fully automated chess-playing program, and it ran on the new IBM 704 mainframe. Turing's algorithm for a chess program functioned at a basic level and was updated and improved decades after his death in 1954. Before work on a chess program begun, John von Neumann developed Minimax in 1928 when he was 25 years old. Minimax is an algorithm that chooses moves in a two-player game that maximize one player's score while minimizing the opponent's score. In short, it produces the most logical plan of attack. By the 1960s, AI could play real automated chess against a human opponent. This era in AI development is referred to as cognitive simulation, because of the specific focus on developing algorithms that could simulate some narrow aspect of human cognition, like playing chess, for example, rather than general intelligence. But while the world of computers and AI improved, the world of chess was rocked as well. During the 50s and 60s, arguably one of the greatest chess players in the world was introduced. Robert James Fischer was the youngest grandmaster of his time and had an arrogance and mysteriousness about him that the media couldn't get enough of.
Bobby Fischer. Barely 15 years old, he became a Grandmaster, youngest ever to receive that coveted acknowledgement from the International Chess Federation.
Is chess a gift? Could a guy who doesn't have a gift for it learn to be a great chess player?
Great? No, he could be good though. Yeah, got a lot of good players. A lot of top players I don't think are that talented. Just work like dogs. You know?
Is it inherited, or do you come from chess players?
No. I mean, my mind is inherited, but no.
Yeah. And what is it? What goes with a great chess ability? Are you terrifically logical in your thought processes? Can you see where an argument is going? Are you very neat in your personal life with your room? Do you leave your ties on the floor? Or any of the above?
I think I'm pretty logical. No, I'm not the neatest guy around.
You probably are the world's greatest chess player, and there's no reason to be modest about it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Well, there's no way that I could disprove that. Did you feel like a prodigy as a kid? Did other kids say, "Oh, he's in playing chess while we're out playing baseball"?
No, not too much.
But you were a prodigy.
I was a prodigy, yeah.
In 1972, Robert James Fischer went up against Boris Spassky, chess superstar of the Soviet Union, in the World Chess Championship.
Time when the US and the USSR had thousands of nuclear missiles aimed at each other's cities, Fischer versus Spassky was much more than a chess match. Over the course of 2 months, with tens of millions of people following his every move, Fischer didn't just win, he crushed Spassky.
After his victory, Fischer retired at the age of 29 and went into isolation.